You guys, I made a mistake this weekend, piercing related. So of course I'm here to tell you all about it. Before we get into the story though, please like, subscribe, put on notifications, do the YouTube stuff, and let's just get into it right now. So I have had my Medusa piercing, this one, since like November or something, like the first or second day of November. And I never got the jewelry changed. And I let that be, it was alright. And then like 3 weeks ago, I got this piercing done. And the bar was like really long, so the piercer said, if the swelling has gone down enough, you can come back in 2 weeks and I will put in a shorter bar for you. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to the piercing studio, I'm gonna go get a shorter bar put in. It's been 2 weeks. And she changes the bar, it's shorter now, it's all good. And then I thought, you know what? I never changed this jewelry. What if I do that? What if I do that? So I went for a slightly shorter bar with a plastic end. Piercer puts it in, it's a little bit of a struggle, but we get it in and it's cute. I like it. It feels fine and I go home, right? Everything is fine. Everything is fine. However, my lip starts swelling up. So I thought, it's probably fine. Like, what can go wrong, right? It's just a little swollen. I'll take care of it. It's gonna end up just fine. Nothing is going to go wrong, right? And then my parents are also just like, your lip is like really swollen and like the jewelry, it looks a little too short. Like, are you sure it's alright? I was convinced it was alright, so I didn't change anything. I cleaned it as I usually did, and I go to bed. I wake up in the morning, and I can just feel the back of the jewelry really push against my teeth. And I'm like, why is it pushing against my teeth so hard? Like, it's in my lip. It's not supposed to be pushing against my teeth that much, right? I don't have my glasses on, so I look into my iPad and I'm like, I can't see anything wrong with it. I'll just walk into the bathroom, look into the mirror, and find out what's wrong, right? So I walk into the bathroom, I look at my lip, and I cannot see the top part of the jewelry. Like, I don't know where it is. All I see is skin that looks really red and irritated and crusty, right? Disgusting. So then I feel around a bit to check what's going on. Where is the top of the jewelry? I check my bed. I can't find the top of the jewelry in my bed. Alright. Sure. And then I find out that the top of the jewelry is still on the back piece, which means the entire thing is in my lip. Except for my lip had gotten so swollen that a little layer of skin closed on top of the jewelry. And it was just sitting there in my skin, and it hurt. So of course my first thought is help, and also I have to get it out. Like, first of all, I need to get the top part of the jewelry back through the skin, take the jewelry out, put the old one in, because the piercer gave me the old one with me, thank God. So I start like looking into the mirror, pushing around, and then I start feeling really lightheaded and dizzy. Now I know that feeling, and I'm like, yo, I am about to pass out. No, I don't want to pass out. So I just do the usual thing. I get down on the ground, I put my head down until I feel good again. And I feel alright, you know? It's cool. It's cool. I'm no longer passing out, right? I think. So at some point I just decided, you know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fix my piercing right now, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded, so I'll just go back to my bed. So I walk out of the bathroom, and I am at the door of my room when I start falling. So at this point, I'm at my door, I'm passing out. My sister happened to be in the hallway and saw me falling. So of course, she screams. She is screaming bloody murder. She is going insane over it. She is screaming so loud, which scared me to the point of regaining a tiny bit of consciousness so I could get myself to stand back up and not fall anymore. Of course, everybody is freaking out at this point. My sister's freaking out, my parents are freaking out, and I just stand there. I'm still dizzy, and I'm just like, I'm fine. It's fine. I know what's happening. I'm just passing out, but it's fine. I'm gonna make it to my bed. I turn around, make it to my bed, I fall down. I'm really, really shaky. But it's alright, you know, because I made it to my bed. I'm laying down now. It's cool. I'm no longer passing out. It's fine. We're good. Everybody else is still freaking out though. So I'm on my bed, I'm shaking, my lip still hurts. Parents are freaking out, but they try to keep calm. I'm pretty calm, I think. Maybe. I tried to keep calm. So I just decide, you know what? What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. My mom walks in and she's like, what's going on? So I tell her what happened with the piercing, that I went to fix it, and then I passed out. Real brave. So my mom gets me some ice, rolls it up in like a little thing so I can hold it against my lips, so the swelling goes down a little bit, because it was really swollen at this point. It was not cute, not at all. It was awful. After like 10 minutes, she comes upstairs again. She tries to get it out, doesn't really work. I just decide to stay in bed, try later again, you know, like maybe in like 10 minutes, I don't know. Just give it a rest. So I just lay in my bed. Of course, I tell my friends all about what happened, and that I almost passed out, and they are all just like, what? It was a lot. Anyway, at some point I feel better, and I start feeling around my lip, trying to push it through, and at some point I succeed. I actually succeeded, and I got the piercing through my lip again, and it was back. It was fine now. Well, fine. Wasn't fine, but it was back there. So now the jewelry is back out. I can see both ends. If I flip it, you know, I can see the top part again. It's not in my lip anymore. So the next step is getting the jewelry out. This was a struggle. This was the hardest part of it all, honestly. Because with this plastic back and the metal front part of the jewelry, you had to push the front part in to the plastic part, but it was really stuck in there. So I was just like trying to grab the back and the front of the piercing, even though my lip was super swollen still. Like, it was so swollen, so I could barely even grab both of them. So I did not succeed in getting it out that way. Awful. Took a while. I kept trying and trying, and it didn't work. So at some point I decided, you know what, the back is plastic. So what if I grab some teeny tiny scissors and I cut off the little, like a little bit of the back, like the flat part of the back. So there's like a bar, the jewelry, and this is the flat back. If I just cut that off, I can remove it like that. Done. So that's what I did. It worked. Was brilliant. However, it means that the new jewelry I just got, at that point I was okay with the fact that that jewelry was ruined, because I mean, it just proved to not really work out at that time. So I decided, you know what, it was €5. Sure, it wasn't that expensive, so it's not the worst, but you know, I cut it, my lip is free, the jewelry's out, right? And then it's time for the final step, getting the old jewelry back in. So we clean the old jewelry and I put it back in my lip. I actually succeeded in putting it back in my lip. It was alright, I got it back in. We were good. And then of course, I cleaned my lip very thoroughly. I was just like, we gotta clean this lip now. I mean, it's been through some stuff today. Like, it's been through a lot. So the jewelry's back in, we're good, we're fine. My lip is a little swollen, but it doesn't really hurt anymore. It's not uncomfortable. So for the last few days, I've been cleaning it, I've been taking care of it. And all this happened last Sunday, right? So like, not even a week ago. And I thought that was the end of the story. It's back in, we're good, right? Well, I go to school on Monday, right? And I always take the train, so I'm in the train, I'm with some friends, and I just touch my piercing to check if it's in there, and then the top ball just comes off and it falls. Luckily, first time it fell into my sleeve, so I got it out, I tried to put it back on. I couldn't get it back on like that. So I had a friend hold the mirror while I was trying to put it back on, and it just didn't work. And then it fell. It fell again. And then I couldn't find it back. I couldn't find it anymore. So we were searching for like, I think a good 5 minutes, because the train ride's only 9 minutes, so we've been searching for a few minutes. I honestly thought that I had lost it like for good, that I was never going to find it back. And I was freaking out because like the piercing studio is only open again on Wednesday. This was Monday. I would have to wait a long time before I could go to the piercing studio and get this fixed. So I was not waiting for that to happen. Luckily, at some point I find it back. Me and a friend, we get out of the train, we find a mirror, we find like a little bathroom that has a mirror, and I put it back on. We're good, we're fine. It's back, it hasn't come off since. I haven't had trouble with it since. I hope it stays that way, I really hope it stays that way. So yeah, that's basically what happened. I got new piercing jewelry, it got stuck in my lip, I tried to get it out, I passed out. I fixed it, and then I lost the jewelry in the train. But I found it back. So like, it was one hell of a story, but it's fixed now, so I'm fine now. It's alright, it's fixed. It was not fun. I didn't like any of that. It's just, nah. So that was my story of my piercing horror story. That's what this was. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did not enjoy going through all that, but you know, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.